Yesterday, I covered in depth the situation with the day before and the company of the developers FNTASTIC being shut down, with numerous players looking to get refunded, potential lawsuits, and more. In this video, I'll be providing you with some brief updates to that situation, as the entire situation seems to be progressing towards its conclusion. Starting with the official Steam page, as you can see here, there's no longer an option to actually buy this game. In a sense, it's been delisted from Steam. I mean, technically the listing itself is still there, including things like the community hub and the discussion pages. However, once again, you can no longer buy this game on Steam. Hopping over to FNTASTIC's YouTube channel, it seems that the developers have just either privated or deleted everything. There's just nothing here now. However, you can see that the channel had accrued just about 2 million views right under that. And a final message here reading, "We're grateful to everyone who supported us during these difficult years. It's been a fantastic journey over the past 8 years." On Twitter, Mitona Official had also issued this statement reading, "To all the Day Before players, as the investor of the Day Before, we would like to provide some updates on the current situation around the game. We are sorry for the fact that the game didn't meet the expectations of the majority of the players. Today, we will work with Steam to open up refunds, bolded, for any players who choose to make a refund. We're in contact with FNTASTIC regarding the future of the game." And 4 hours after that post, FNTASTIC also issued a statement with multiple hashtags at the top and then saying, "Answer to those who ask for a refund. Mitona and we're currently working with Steam to allow refunds for any player who chooses to request one, regardless of game time. FNTASTIC received $0 and will receive nothing from the Day Before sales." Can't help but wonder how much truth there is to that, as before these statements came out, people seemed to already find success in getting refunds for the Day Before, even outside of Steam's usual requirements, such as the less than 2 hours of game time. Now perhaps they were working with Steam for that, and just made their statements late, or perhaps they saw that Steam was already issuing refunds to players including those with over 2 hours, and now they're trying to use such events for a PR spin. And now we've got some comedy gold in the responses, as FNTASTIC decided it would be a great idea to respond to some of the people responding to their statement, such as at the top, Kuiper Shot saying, "Unbelievable that you guys hype this game up so much, and this is the end result. You guys are an absolute disgrace to the video game industry," with FNTASTIC saying, "This was our first big experience," and stuff just happens. Clean responding saying, "You blatantly misled people with your gameplay trailers that were completely fake and didn't represent the released product at all. You lied, got caught red-handed, and want to misdirect your mistakes." Furthermore, there's something very odd happening back over on Steam. Notice how in FNTASTIC's statement from yesterday, they had included the Wild 8 as part of their portfolio, saying it released in 2017. Well, if we go to the Steam page for the Wild 8 now, it seems that FNTASTIC has been changed from the list of developers, and now it says instead that the developers are a studio called 8 Points, this alleged studio having no other games in their entire roster besides the Wild 8. This causing many people to speculate that the devs are simply trying to rebrand in a dishonest attempt at retaining potential future sales on other games that they had apparently developed. With one user on Reddit saying, "Isn't it obvious? They want to make sure the impending review bomb doesn't take down their pristine games. Then they'll publish a new game under the new name," I think they meant to say, "with a completely different business entity to the one that's going down, even though if you look closely enough, it's all the same people." Someone else saying, "New corporation formed with money loaned to owners of old corporation. New corporation buys assets of old corporation goes bust, owners lose some money, but not everything." However, it looks like there might still be even more to it, as this Redditor says, "Just to clarify, 8 Points is not FNTASTIC, but Hype Train Digital. Hype Train bought the game 5 years ago, presumably from FNTASTIC, saying, with the name 8 Point. Also, if they truly rename themselves, you would see it reflected on every of their store pages, not only this one." And linking Rock Paper Shotgun, who wrote an article where apparently FNTASTIC had said that they sold the Wild 8 to their publisher. All this meaning that potentially Hype Train changed the developer on the listing for the Wild 8 to distance themselves from FNTASTIC, given all that's going on. Something many may find understandable, although potentially also a bit shady to be handled in this manner and without any transparency or statement regarding the change. Of course, that's all speculation as people try and piece this puzzle together, make of it all what you will. However, assuming that's all true, it does leave one more question left. Who exactly is 8 Point? Something that was just made to remove FNTASTIC as the listed developer? Let's take a look at this post by RG Beanie. He says, "Deep diving this. The original Kickstarter for the game mentions 8 Points. This could be FNTASTIC's original name, perhaps. There is little to no trace of 8 Points otherwise. Ivan Belosov, who created Wild 8, is listed as working with 8 Points and FNTASTIC, quote unquote, the only thing I've found so far that separates the entities. And then a rather thorough edit and another one coming up after, saying, on another note, developers of the Wild 8 are proud to present their new name, FNTASTIC. During the whole development process, the team has grown up, both in experience and amount of people, and previous name 8 Points was mainly about the first 8 developers who started it all. A quote from, apparently, Ed Gotovstev, CEO of FNTASTIC. Apologies for butchering these names. Further saying, from the Wild 8 Kickstarter update number 18, January 26, 2017. That settles that then. Now it just remains to be seen if it's a rebrand or just the publisher's attempt to distance themselves from the name. And here's that second edit where he says more details. Think I'm going to do a big video of the scam from beginning to end, still bits and pieces coming out. So hopefully ready by the weekend or sooner. And if you're interested in that, consider checking out RG Beanie's channel on YouTube. 6 hours ago on the subreddit for the day before, the community manager known as Wolf had posted this statement, which goes on and on and on. Now, if you're interested in reading this whole thing, consider checking out the actual post over on Reddit. I'm not going to read the whole thing, as if I did, it would take away from the main discussion and topic here regarding the actual developers. Still, let's take a look at what Wolf finally says here at the end. What are his thoughts now? This reads, to be completely honest, I feel empty and strange. 2 years of daily work for free with loads of passion and dedication got thrown away basically. I got thrown under the bus at the right time, but I always had that bit of hope left, because this game had so freaking much potential, and I always supported them. Turns out, everything was a lie, and all I did was for nothing. I did boost my reputation, and my experience regarding management and moderation, but that's about it. For all the work I have done, all I received was prop coins, some keys, and a thank you. Yesterday when I saw all of the stuff happening, and I may sound like an emotional guy or whatever, I cried for a moment. I have no idea why, but you know, I guess. I hope everyone is receiving their money back, even if they played the game for over 10, 20, 30 hours. I also hope someone will file a lawsuit or something because of all these lies, the scam, them promoting a game that turned out to be a different game, and all of that stuff. This game, the brothers including the company, will be in the history books for sure, and always be shining in a negative spotlight. Now, I hope I explained everything a bit correctly due to my language barrier. If someone still has questions for me, please let me know and I will answer them as soon as possible. With that being said, I hope everyone is having a lovely day today, and may those days continue doing so. Wolf out. And regarding the community manager Wolf in the post we just read, there is some division in the comments, with one response reading, "Thanks for this, Wolf. I remember talking to you when I signed my NDA. I never heard back from them at all. Now I'm worried they have a bunch of my personal info and there's nothing I can do about it. This was an absolute mess and they definitely deserve to be sued. However, I don't think there's much people can do." Conversely, this response reads, "Why are you connected to so many scummy games?" Someone else saying, "People like this crave being in a position of power, or they crave being in the know. They get off on having a Discord role. This is how I knew this game was 100% a fraud. None of their mods or community managers resembled anything close to being a professional. Just people that wanted cool roles in Discord to seem important." And someone else saying, "Now did. OP craved attention and power. They worked for free for 2 years. And finally, this response reads, "You should have seen OP in the official Discord, continuously lying to people about the game, trashing on doubters, left the unofficial Discord, rejoined, left again, also tried to take over this subreddit back when the sentiment was negative, career hall monitor." Finally, people are also wondering who the people behind FNTASTIC are, as to avoid any potential future scams they may hold under a different business entity. It seems there are currently people looking into the public financial records of FNTASTIC. However, as of recording this, the entire scope of this company and those involved still seems a bit unclear. You may be able to find more information on this fairly easily in the near future if you're interested. Just something to keep in mind. As always, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this segment, and if you did, consider liking and or subscribing. I truly appreciate it. And consider subscribing to my VTuber account in the description to catch me live. And have a great rest of your day.